Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for Real Housewives of Atlanta, you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right into my notes. I hope you all are having a good day. I hope you had a good weekend. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so we're still in Hawaii, boo boo. Okay, and Phaedra and Kenya are playing tennis together. They're having a really good time. Okay, this is a foreshadowing of things to come. The episode starts off with you seeing them having fun and being friends, and we're so glad they put their bullshit aside, and we're so happy, and oh my god, we're having a good time, and look at her butt, and look at my butt, and it's just, buku butts, and we're having a good time. And this was a sweet scene, but like I said, a foreshadowing of shit to come. Cynthia gives Peter a bejeweled Bible for his birthday, and they talk about how weird it is to be at a hotel together and not be in the same room. And Peter gets into his emotions, and Cynthia gets into her emotions, and basically what we come to is that we all know Cynthia was the one that really wanted this divorce. And it's because she never really felt like she was a good wife. She never felt like she was made to be a wife. And, that's understandable. Some people just can't go throughout their life always having to check in with somebody else. Always having to think about somebody else's feelings and what they need and what they want. It's huge. It's annoying. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't for everybody. So I'm not upset at Cynthia for finally understanding and admitting that to herself. Hey, she had to try it. I feel bad for Peter because I know that Peter loved and still loves Cynthia, and that they definitely are still attracted to each other. And Cynthia was definitely talking about how she might have to take the ride back up that back up that mountain. Okay, things might have to, take place, but she just feels like she will never get married again. She will never be a wife again. And it was just very sad. It was a bittersweet moment because you're happy that they can have this moment where they can, reflect on everything and have this closure and still be, cordial and nice and have love for one another after having a marriage that ended, kind of, just abruptly, really. Like, I can't say abruptly because I guess we saw it coming, but I think that, like she said, maybe she should have fought a little harder, but like she said, she's not made for it. People who are made for it, I feel like probably would have fought a little bit harder to keep their marriage. You know what I'm saying? But hey, to each his own. It's another dinner with T Tucker. Okay, y'all. Out here there was a rapper named T Tucker. Okay, okay. So if you knew how Candy saying it was a T Tucker production, like, took me back to some, and where they at? Where they at? We boot up or shut up. I say boot up or shut up. I say boot up, shut up. Buddha. Like, don't get me started. The original bounce, okay? The original bounce music. Anyway, you guys, so they decide to have this dinner for Peter, and it's like a roast, and it's supposed to be, performances by, like the native folk, and it's just cool. It was really nice that he decided to put that together for Peter. But before we could even get into it, we have to deal with Bob. Okay, we have to deal with Bob and Sheree's drama this entire trip. And this entire trip is basically Sheree coming to the conclusion that even though Bob may still love her, she does not want to be with him, okay? After this episode, I feel like I did see real emotion from Sheree concerning their marriage and how certain things affected her, and she hasn't gotten past those things, and it's understandable. But at the same time, it's like, bitch, Iyanla tried to fix your life, and like, I feel like we've been through moments already where this has come up. Or, their marriage has come up before. And it's like, now you want to cry and be all in your emotions, and I'm not really over it and all this type of shit. I don't know. A part of me wants to believe that Sheree is being genuine. Yet another part of me feels like this is for a fucking storyline. I'm sorry, it's just how I feel. When Bob comes to the table, they say, oh, well, Portia's like, hey, you and Sheree can sit right here. And he's like, I don't think she's going to want to sit next to me. So he sits down and proceeds to tell everybody how he may have put his foot in his mouth and say some things he shouldn't have said, but continues to say that he is trying to move past the issues with Sheree, trying to get back in good with Sheree. And I don't think he knows exactly what that means. And it becomes obvious throughout the episode. But anyway, you guys, they do the roast. And Candy and Ty get up first. And at first it's kind of like, I don't know if this is going to be funny. But, Candy and Ty do the best they can. We all going to make jokes about how old Peter is and how he look like Uncle Ben's and how dark he is and all, because Candy's joke was, I was like, I know, should we do this at night? Because if it wasn't for his beard, I don't know if we would be able to see him out here at night. I don't know. He dark as fuck. Okay, that nigga is midnight. Okay, that nigga is 12 a.m. on the dot. Okay, that was around how her joke went. And Ty was like, I don't know how he pulled Cynthia. When I first saw Cynthia and I looked at Peter and I'm like, nah, nigga, you ain't pull her. Nah, nigga, you ain't do that. So, that was cute. Then, of course, Portia throws shade but gets up there and just asks him if he's going to fuck Cynthia this evening. In which he says, not if you get there first. And I was like, I don't know whether to take that as shade or you sure. I don't know. I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that, Peter. I don't know. I don't know what you wanted me to get from that. So Portia goes to sit her ass down after that. Kenya jokes about his age, and then Phaedra, and then Cynthia gets up and tries to have this like moment where she's getting sentimental, and everybody's like, girl, this is not the time for that. Talk about his feet. Talk about how old he is. Talk about the white hair on his balls, bitch. Talk about something funny. Don't get up there trying to be all sentimental and shit. That ain't this one. That ain't this dinner. That ain't what we doing right here today. And then she proceeds to talk about how he brushes his teeth. And I'm like, this is a moment when, like Phaedra said, beauty should just be seen and not heard. Thanks, Cynthia, for reminding us. You can't be great at everything. No one can have it all. So, next, you guys, they go on the Catamaran Sunset Cruise, which I did not get a chance to do in Jamaica, but I so wanted to do. But that's okay, though. You got to save some shit for the next vacation. Bob and Sheree take this time to have a private conversation, under, while everybody else is on the deck having a good time, okay? And, y'all, it's just... I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't. Okay, Sheree thinks that Bob is still immature. We all can attest to the fact that Bob is still fucking immature. The fact that he was laughing, making fun of things that still bother her. And then we find out more things about their relationship because she, kind of delves into how when her kids were really young, he decided to get up one morning and leave. Just get up and say, oh, I'm going to school. Left for 6 fucking months. Didn't pay no bills. The lights went off. Didn't pay the mortgage. None of that shit. And just left her and her kids to fend for themselves. And it's just kind of like, what kind of man does that? That stuck with Sheree. You know what I'm saying? On top of some of the physical things that might have occurred in their marriage, she is really feeling some type of way about the fact that he makes fun of it, laughs at it, or doesn't know how to fix the situation. He is like, what do you want me to do at this point? Like, what can I do? And she's like, if I gotta tell you what to do, my nigga, I don't know what to do with you. And I totally understand it. When you're in a relationship with somebody, the things that make them happy, the things that make them upset. And if you really love them and you've hurt them, after all them years, you should be able to find a way to show them what it is you're trying to get across if you give a fuck enough. And here's the thing, Bob, you may still love Sheree. Sheree may still, push your buttons. Sheree is still beautiful and fine, and you still might want to fuck her. But at the end of the day, you ain't bringing enough to the table to be sitting up there laughing at past pains when you not the motherfucker who was getting hurt. You the one who was doing the hurt. And yes, Sheree probably was very vindictive and probably, ice cold to your fucking ass and very materialistic and probably didn't always, present herself as the best wife. But at the end of the day, to hear you do those types of things and show that type of I don't give a fuck attitude towards your kids and your marriage and your wife, and then years later you're trying to get back with her, y'all trying to form this bond again, and you want to laugh at the shit that she's in pain about. And I'm sorry, but it would be totally fucking over for me too. Sheree, we would have nothing to talk about. greasy, fucking sweaty, big ass Bob, okay, we would have nothing to fucking talk about. You ain't gave me nothing but my beautiful children, and that is, they are now grown. We ain't gotta talk about nothing. And then she sits up there and says that that's the reason why she fought so hard to build Chateau Cherie. And it's like, bitch, that's all well and good, but don't bring up the debt that you about to put yourself into if you can't keep a storyline going to end up on Real Housewives of Atlanta for the next few seasons if their asses are actually on air. Because if they don't change cast members, if this shit don't continue to pop, I don't know what will be, okay? Now, I've heard that Cynthia Bailey is leaving. I think that's great because I think this show and this reality shit has taken all it needs to take from Cynthia, and I think it's good and it's time for her to go ahead and move on with her life. She don't need to be a part of this no more, okay? Cynthia's beautiful. She has her modeling shit. She can always still make her money. She has her house, her beautiful house that she just bought. Child, please, it's time to be peaceful and let go of all of the things that bring unnecessary stress and drama. And even though Real Housewives of Atlanta is a blessing in a way that it helped you, get to where you are right now, I think Cynthia might very well be in a place where it's time to just let that shit go. Especially after now going through the divorce and everything like that. So, putting that aside, the catamaran cruise, goes on, and Bob and Cherie are able to join the rest of the group and have a good time and let it go. You know what I'm saying? But it was still just sad and uncomfortable, but everybody just made the best of it. So y'all, let's get to the meat. The meat of this episode was, I felt like Kenya doing something nice for the girls and deciding to throw a divorce party for Cynthia and Phaedra because both of them are going through divorces. And Candy gets there first. It's all decorated, little party stuff. You pin the dick on the poster, and you put the lipstick on that's in the shape of a penis, and try to kiss close to the dick on the poster, all kind of shit, okay? Alcohol, food. It's just a good time. It's a way for them to try to, I guess, find the celebration in something so sad. And this is the thing that makes me upset. Is because I felt like at the end of the day, this was coming from a good place with Kenya. Y'all can say what y'all want to, but Kenya does have her moments. And especially this past season, I felt like Kenya has gotten her ass whooped enough, on social media and probably from people around her and, people in Atlanta. She probably has gotten her ass whooped enough to know that it's time to start playing a different hand when it comes to this reality TV show shit. Yes, it's always good to be a person that can push buttons and all of that type of shit to stay on this show. Great. But it's important to have some type of likability. And this is what I found in Kenya this season. And I'm grateful for that because I get tired of always her being the main culprit or the main person that I have the most aggravation with. I get tired of that. I'm bored with that. So I was happy to see this side of Kenya. I thought Kenya was coming from a good place with this party. Okay? It was their last night. Why not, turn lemons into lemonade for this fucked up ass situation where we got a couple here that's getting a divorce. And the last time we, I don't know, what was it, two vacations ago is when the last time Apollo was there. But I just feel like this was coming from a good place. Bottom line. Cynthia gets there, Candy's there, Cherie's there. And even though Cynthia expressed that she did not want a divorce party, she got past it and saw what it was for and started to get into it, and they eventually started to have a good time. Phaedra and Portia come in, and Phaedra starts to act like she's sick. She doesn't want to participate. She's sitting there making all these faces. And then, minutes into it, she decides that I'm going to go find some ginger ale. I got a lot of gas. I'm going back to my room. So Portia goes to check on her because Kenya expresses that it was kind of abrupt. And, is everybody believing this shit about her not feeling good? The way she left seemed like it was an issue, was going on. And, so they're all wondering. And Portia's like, oh, no, she really wasn't feeling good. Okay, fine. 2 seconds later, she gets a text message from from Phaedra, and she proceeds to read the shit out loud. The text message was not for everybody, but Portia's stupid ass read the shit out loud. She read it out loud, and basically what it said was that she was appalled at those women making light or trying to celebrate the breaking apart of her family and her children losing their father, and And the thing that bothered her the most was the fact that the host of the party was the trifling woman that was texting her husband and caused the rift in her marriage. And you guys, this is when I get super duper pissed off. This is when I get super duper pissed off, and I'm about to go in and tell you why. Because first of all, Phaedra, how many fucking times did you and Kenya talk about this and you said that you was done with it? You said Kenya's slate was clean. They played the fucking playback, bitch. They played the video. They showed us. How many times, and this is what I've said over and over again about Phaedra, and this is the same problem that she had with Candy. Bitch, you get up and you have these conversations and you want to have restoration services and call Jesus and do all of this sanctimonious bullshit that you do. And then you don't tell the truth about A, how you feel, and B, your position and your place in the bullshit and negativity that is going on amongst these women. This is your fucking fault that this shit is going on between Portia and Candy. Mostly. Okay, mostly. Because it is Portia's fault as well. Because Portia got in her emotions way too fucking hard about somebody saying she fucked somebody. Like, that's a surprise to anybody around this motherfucker. And then to get in her feelings because it was said, it was put out there that Phaedra was having a relationship or talking to, dating, what the fuck ever, this Mr. Chocolate person that we heard about last season. Why is this a big fucking deal? Especially when her husband already told us and put the text messages out there. And yes, we needed Candy to give us confirmation in order to seal the deal. But at the end of the day, who cares? I repeatedly saw the disrespect that was happening between Phaedra and Apollo in their marriage. So if she decided to move on before he went to jail, why the fuck would anybody be upset about that? I wasn't. So it just makes me so upset that Portia was bent on making mountains out of molehills, and every time Candy said something about what was going on and y'all didn't want nobody to know. And here's the thing, honey, you can only do shit on the low for so long when you're on a syndicated reality show that gets millions of views every fucking week. Okay? You can only hide so much. So this is just like, and then this is when it come back to me and Portia just being fucking stupid. And it really annoyed me. But back to Phaedra, because I'm not done with you yet, bitch. Okay? The audacity of you to call Kenya trifling, to text that shit to Portia when you and her at the beginning of this fucking episode are acting like y'all ace boon coons, y'all real cool, y'all tight, okay? Y'all booty buddy bitches, okay? Like, that shit really pissed me off, the way that made you so mad that you go all the way back to her texting Apollo. Bitch, why we bringing up old shit? I could not believe that shit. I was like, really? Really, Phaedra? This is what the fuck Candy and I have been talking about this entire time. You holding shit in, acting like it's all good, and then doing underhanded slick shit behind people's back. Portia wasn't supposed to read that fucking text message out loud, just like Bravo wasn't supposed to release that footage of you saying that Shamia and Candy was fucking. Keep getting caught in lies. Some producers was like, okay, that's enough of this shit. Some producers was like, that's enough of this shit. Somebody must have said it. Somebody must have been like, y'all. She lying. She fronting. We can't keep having this shit going with all of this shit going on behind the scenes and nobody knowing what's going on. It just couldn't keep going if these storylines were going to continue to happen. We couldn't keep going with Phaedra and Candy not being friends after them being so close and us not understanding why. So it has to happen. Y'all, I can't take fucking Phaedra. I cannot take her. I couldn't believe that shit. Kenya couldn't believe the shit either, because she thought they were in a better place, and she thought that at least if Phaedra was uncomfortable with it, she would understand that it wasn't coming from a place of trying to be, happy that your marriage is over because somebody wants to go fuck Apollo's or in jail ass. Like, that's for that other bitch that he's supposed to be engaged to. It's a special type of bitch that goes after niggas who in jail. Okay, like, it's a special type of bitch. That ain't everybody. Everybody ain't out here trying to get a nigga in jail waiting 8 years for him to get out. That's not everybody. Okay, Phaedra. So everybody don't want your husband now. You know what I'm saying? Especially now. But even then, yes, Kenya was mad flirty. We all talked about this. She was so disrespectful. But at the end of the day, she flirted. She was being malicious towards Phaedra. It was over with. I don't think they fucked. I don't think anything like that happened. I think it was just some flirting that really shouldn't have been taking place. Especially when Phaedra and Apollo were going through problems, and I also felt as if Kenya and Kenya was flirting with Apollo, but it was already shit going on. Okay, like don't do that, Phaedra. Don't act like that's all on Kenya. Your husband was definitely still popping in the fucking strip clubs, being talked about around Atlanta for fucking around on you. And he was disrespectful even before Kenya got on the show. Okay, like I'm just saying, he was disrespectful then, but he was like, as Lord knows, that scene when he picked her up and grabbed her ass, that shit right there, that was some very disrespectful shit. And Kenya, you did play a part, but I don't think that their marriage was going to be perfectly fine whether Kenya was on this show or not. Whether Kenya text your husband or not, y'all was gonna end up getting a divorce, because Apollo is obviously a retarded somebody. Okay, somebody that can't see that they got so much shit that they should be focusing on, instead of trying to steal from people and putting their asses back in jail for a second time for the same blue collar crime, and thinking they was gonna get away with it, especially when their ass is on a nationally syndicated reality show that gets millions of views every week. Let me fucking say it again. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I don't understand. I don't understand nobody at all. After Kenya realizes that she and Phaedra are not about to come to any type of consensus, because Phaedra is still talking to Kenya like she, tried to fuck her husband yesterday. And I just was like, oh my God, bitch, you just was acting like it was all good between y'all two. What the fuck? All because she threw, I'm done whatever party. Like Kenya said, you and Apollo both decided to get divorces. I don't know if y'all divorced today, but you sure in the fuck filed paperwork. Are we really gonna, and you dating somebody else? We already know you dating somebody else. You don't have to say it for us to know you're dating somebody else. We know you're dating somebody else. You're not having this tumultuous bullshit going on, this tumultuous relationship. You probably are happier than you were. Yes, it is sad that the father of your children is not in their life like he should be. All of that is sad, but everybody go through sad things in their life. Fuck, funerals are sad. Do we not laugh? Do we not sing? Do we not dance? I'm just saying. Like, I don't know what y'all do at funerals, but we second line. We laugh and think about the good times we had with people. We don't always focus on the bad. So for her to look at this like it absolutely is a negative situation and there's no way that you could find any way to have a party about the shit, bitch, please. Divorce parties are a thing, okay? You may not have wanted one, but it would have been so nice to just say that shit to Kenya's face when you first walked through the door. I'm still in a sore spot. It just happened last week, and bitch, we didn't even know that. Portia said that the divorce was finalized just last week, and it's still fresh and it's still new. And it's like, so why you ain't tell nobody that? Because you don't want to tell anybody your business. You don't want to share. And you got people that's trying to like reach you because you acting like you're friends with them. Kenya is a needy person. It's trifling as she can be sometimes. And what I mean by that is, throwing low blows and being like the Edie of Housewives, okay? Like, she is the type of person to flirt. She is the type of person, because she's alone and she doesn't have anybody. And she's not the most likable person. But at the end of the day, I feel like she is getting to a point where she realizes that she needs to start being a little nicer around this motherfucker, okay? I'm just saying, this is what I've seen so far, because this season I haven't felt like it's been so much of it being all Kenya's fault. And this to me wasn't. I don't feel like Kenya was coming from a place where she was trying to hurt anybody or piss anybody off or anything like that. But it is what it is. Kenya goes back to the room, and then the boys come back because they were all at the bar, and Peter was letting everybody know how, even though we can have a drink to my divorce, I'm not exactly happy about it and I'm emotional, so let's not even get into it. They go back to the room with the girls. Everybody toasts to the trip, and Candy is like, I'm just happy because Portia told the truth that she was fucking lying. Ain't nobody tried to drug her. So that's all that Candy's happy about. And it was a nice trip that they all got to enjoy. And that's that. So I think next episode is the finale episode. I'm not sure. I know that they just taped the reunion. And I heard, a lot of shit popping off. We shall see. But hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Bondi Blue. Follow me on Snapchat. It's at Bondi Blues with an S on the end. I'm also on Facebook, Bondy Blue. So you guys check me out, follow me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my swag, this shit